practicing social distance. This motherfucker is sounding so goddamn close. Move over, nigga.
I'm not in the picture. That's how close I am.
Look up. This ain't 6 feet.
Oh my God.
And him, Kevin, even closer.
Man. Silver.
Don't you put that in there?
Now listen,
You spray it in the air.
I bought some silver. You don't want to turn that down?
Right, I was like, where that coming from?
You want, okay.
No, I didn't.
So I bought some silver.
Oh my God.
See, let me tell you something about me. You gotta understand something about me.
His thing's up.
Wait, what is?
That's his thing.
It don't sound right.
Oh.
That's
And,
his computer.
and where is
Is
it?
the audio off? Y'all let us know in the chat room.
Wait, and where is it? Michael? Oh, where you go? I'm sorry.
Let's see what it sounds like.
This is. They have some.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check. Testing 1 2. Testing 1. Testing 1. Can you hear me?
Other monitors online.
I don't know. Can they hear me? Somebody said Zoe's mic. I knew they gave Kevin the wrong mic as soon as they put it on me.
Still sound like
So this is yours?
Exactly.
All right. Here. Take it, Nate.
It's alright, no, nigga. You good. Can't be sharing mics in this bitch.
Social distance.
I got here with that nigga.
They say my mic is off. Or low. Turn it up.
It's still not. Something is. They have some new.
Oh, so yeah, that was my phone that was on.
You want to change mine?
I need a better mic because this is not popping.
Can you switch your camera?
No, I'm not gonna share a mic with Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know what he got. I don't know what this nigga got.
Okay, let's see.
Got my silver though.
You gonna keep
I
on
heard
putting
about that silver shit.
You keep on putting that up?
Some positive news. Somebody said it's off. We can hear you. Can you hear me or no? 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. We need your feedback in the chat room to let us know. 1 2 1 2.
Okay. Sorry.
Huh? 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Said the fellas are good, just so.
One of
You
those.
sound far away.
Okay.
Can we just turn one of these mics on?
These are brand new mics. This is my first time being over here in a minute.
Sarah, you.
Oh my God, you guys, when you guys so defeated.
No, we good, man. Let me see what kind of mic they done gave me.
Oh God.
1 2 1 2.
Oh, I know which one's yours.
You didn't plug it. You didn't plug it in.
I wasn't over here doing this. Oh, I need some more batteries.
So are we good or no? Oh, so you mean
The
this is
battery.
gonna be genius? So
Oh, yeah, that's good right there.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's the charge battery.
Oh, nice.
You all good, girl?
Lord have mercy. Are we good or no?
We in pandemic state. We good.
Oh,
y'all
so
give me a minute. I've been checking groceries for the past.
She been getting stressed out, man. Leave her alone, man. Let her breathe.
Okay, now we back.
so we good now. They forgot to put the batteries in their lavalier. 1 2 1 2. Ho! There I go.
This is just like a real big.
All right, so here we go.
It's like a minute delay.
Somebody says, "Oh, you've been doing this too long to have the audio right." Hey, wig splitter, am I over there? Or am I
What
here?
do you call him?
I'm not running the
Wig
board.
splitter.
Boy, I tell you, some people so goddamn. Never mind. All right. Let's promote some shit. Is my camera over here? You can. Lord have mercy, Jesus. We got the coronavirus studios. All right. So we're Vibe Free today. The reason being is because Dash Radio shut down, closed their doors.
Closed it up.
They closed their doors, man, because they already have a small crew.
Right.
And they were going to go to a skeleton crew of that skeleton crew. Then they were just like, it's just too much to maintain. So they shut it down until further notice.
Yeah, and that's gonna be for me.
All right.
It's all good, right?
So with that said, are we live on the air?
What?
Cause you and Kev
I ain't said shit.
Yeah, I heard you. You said fuck Dash. You said me and you, we can do this shit from the house. You said a few things, nigga. While we live on there. A few things came out your mouth while we live on. And I'm just saying, typically with the show,
Need entertainment during this time.
it's kind of not like how this works. Hey, y'all see me rocking the Ramo Mar gear? This shit fly than a motherfucker, ain't it? Yeah. This shit cool, ain't it, dog? Y'all go support Ramo Mar during this time. Shit, that's an artist. You know what I'm saying? That meant, ooh, Carrie Hilson, boy. That look like Egyptian peanut butter, don't it? Egyptian Skippy.
Egyptian Skippy.
I'm trying to tell you, that girl look delicious.
God damn.
Lord have mercy.
Egyptian Skippy.
So this is a good time for, our show. Is the white I'm wearing blindingly white?
Well, the light is reflecting off
The
of it.
fuck?
The light.
I'm on the angelic side of the game. Okay. So, what's really good about being over here, you get to promote black-owned businesses, right? And I want to promote a business right now that hasn't got a lot of shine lately, and it's important that I do it. And that's my homeboy, Hassan. Because I feel like Hassan's shit is probably more needed now during the shit that's going on right now.
I don't like that picture though.
I love it. Leave it alone.
That's all good though.
She put that picture for herself. She's not thinking about you.
Kiss my
That's hilarious.
She put that up. No, but I think because when you shelter in, because this shit about to get worse. They're looking at 10 to 12 weeks. Motherfuckers is acting sideways now. The UN rolling into cities very quietly, right? National Guard, military, everybody rolling in. Nice and fucking quietly.
But it's only 3 states that's really got hit. 4. California, New York, Chicago, and Washington.
And where are your facts from?
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Okay, cool. See, because that's the thing. We don't need... it's only 3 states out of the 50, nigga.
I know, so that means it's still gonna grow more. That's my point. It's gonna grow to more states based on that.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? Anyway, people are quarantined in the crib. They eating bullshit, because I've been in the stores. Y'all motherfuckers done bought up all the Hostess snack cakes. Y'all done bought up all the donuts. Y'all done bought up a gang of bullshit. And
Left
I'm
all
just
the healthy
saying,
shit.
there's a gang of produce.
Yeah, the gang of healthy shit still there.
Still in that motherfucker, boy.
Vitamins.
You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? So, again, I want everybody to consider getting with Weed Juice.
You need stuff high in vitamin C.
Now tell them what you get. You gave me orange.
You're glad your skin looks great.
This is just a long ass title.
It's the best.
Orange,
It
you're
is.
glad your skin looks great. Orange, apple, carrot, celery, and ginger. Motherfucker good as fuck.
And you guys gonna need these strawberry ginger shots because the highest form of vitamin C besides strawberry is kiwi. So I have a strawberry 6-pack with the energy 6-pack is all strawberries. They got kiwi in there, but kiwi, fruit, strawberry, all high in vitamin C. You need that daily. You need how many? 300 milligrams of vitamin C every day.
No, 3,000.
3,000. Sorry, 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day to help combat this virus. You need a lot of water, always, and you need some ginger. The ginger shots, I got apple lemon ginger, strawberry, I got turmeric ginger, and I got regular ginger.
What's in this shit right here? It looks cloudy.
Right.
That's the new one.
What is that?
The black mamba.
Well, what's in it?
The black mamba.
Well, what's
So
in it?
black
Yeah,
mamba
what is it?
has blackberry, strawberry, pineapple,
Oh.
apple, and ginger.
Oh shit.
That's the new one I'm rolling out. You
Hey.
gotta cop these shots, strawberry ginger shots. You need these ginger shots every day. You always, when you wake up in the morning, you should eat more stuff that's plant-based. Have hot water, have lemon water, have fruit. That's the first thing you should have because our bodies is more acidic because.
What about a piece of chicken? Cause you know,
What about a piece of chicken? Piece of fried chicken or grilled chicken?
The American diet is
Fried.
basically 80% alkali. 80% acidic, 20% alkali. It should be the reverse. You should have
alkalite or alkalized?
Alkaline. See, I'm gonna even help you today on that one. So you should
Alkaline?
have 80%
Alkaline.
alkaline.
Is it
diet.
alkaline or?
No.
Alkaline.
With an E at the end. Alkaline.
Oh, so you say I'm saying.
I'm just,
All right. So 80%.
you know you struggle with
alkaline.
words, boy.
It's the damn fucking camera. And the 20% acidic diet. So our diets are reversed, so we should have more plant-based stuff in the morning. More plant. Can you hear me?
They saying Timmy Tight Top's mic is low.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to fix this right.
So you should
He
have.
got
more
one of them little tiny Price is Right mics.
Right. Richard Dawson mics. Come on
So
down.
you should have more of a plant-based diet most of the day. Okay, I'm not saying nothing wrong with eating meat, but more plant-based stuff that doesn't create a lot of mucus. Okay.
So wait a minute. Are you talking about your juices or are you talking about a whole nutrition? I'm trying to get you to
I'm
sell
talking
some
about the
juices. You should put Laura salt and then nigga, what?
The juices.
You should grill the mahi mahi, but only on one side, and then pour some turmeric juice on it, and then
It's important for everybody to still be healthy regardless. The juice is what you need 100%, but you also need to be healthy too. Okay? Cop weed juice. Put the Zoet code when you visit. You get your percentage off. I might do a special percentage for the pandemic right now. So I'll roll that out.
you should, man, hook
I am.
these people up, man, because they
I know
already complaining.
Everybody don't have a lot of money at this point, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook something up. But see, the thing, I'm gonna hook it up regardless. Period.
Yeah, there we go.
So support weed juice. I'll hook you guys up regardless.
What's that one?
Strawberry ginger shot.
Kev.
The one you just getting?
What you got? Where can they find you?
Yeah, so recently, if you guys just heard, the Department of Justice just asked Congress to
That's
hold.
one of my topics. What we doing? You promoting something?
Yes. Yes, nigga. Can you leave me the fuck alone to do it? Shit. So the Department of Justice is about to ask. They just asked Congress
You got to check
to hold
this.
people that they arrest under detainment indefinitely. So this is basically violating your constitutional rights. So if you guys really want to save your asses, you got to start learning the law right now. So this is the law, the police stop law package. So when they arrest you, the detainment has to be lawful first, and so you need to know what laws that they're basically using against you, so that you can be prepared. So this right here is the Know Your Rights manual, so that you know what to do at the police stops when they stop you, and if they do violate your rights, this is the police or the public official bonds So every police officer, official, judges, they all have to have bonds in order to hold office. If they violate your rights, you can place a lien on their bond, and then they have to, they can't work, literally that day. So right here, and this is the constitutional rights card. So you can get all these at realnoggins.com, and if you get the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, you get the package for free. You get the Police Stop Law package for free because y'all need to know the law. Right now, it's the most important thing that you guys do need to know because they're getting ready to implement national emergency or martial law. So you got to know your shit. Realnoggins.com. Go get it.
Realnoggins.com. Realnoggins.com.
This nigga here, man.
Georgia.
This nigga here. This Nagra. This Nagra right here.
All right, so look. The new Mansions gear is out. How come you're not going to my camera? My camera over there don't work?
It's over there right now.
Well, let me see.
Huh?
Let me see.
It's right
That's
there.
it.
Is that me over there?
Yes, you over there.
All right, now let me see the other angle.
Huh?
Why did she? Let me see the other angle. Now let me see that angle.
And now you do the hokey pokey.
Yo, I got new Mansions gear. Can we show the Mansions gear pictures? The new stuff.
I'm trying to.
I sent it. Do I have to send it again?
You sent it to Operation?
We got new Mansions gear. Can I get everybody to support the Mansions gear?
What came
I
out?
launched a new line of Mansions gear. There they are, right there. I launched a new line of Mansions gear, and basically it's predicated on the concept of relationship is kind of like a rivalry. Relationship is a mirror. You know, you see your partner in a certain way. They see you in a certain way. You guys, I always talk about this in, you know, some of my relationship workshops. I always tell people that your triggers, right? The triggers within you and your partner, those triggers are also dating too. So what I did was I called it the line, the University of You, Relationship University. And we took the fonts and the color schemes from a lot of popular teams, whether they be the Lakers and the Clippers, whether they be, you know, UCLA and USC.
You got the rivalry going on.
Yeah, Auburn, Alabama, you know, Michigan, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, you know, Texas. We like took the color schemes, Florida State, Florida. Like we took the color schemes.
You got the orange and blue.
Oh yeah, I got all of them. So, and we took a couple of different designs and we created Relationship is the University of You. Can you pull it up real quick, honey? She's still struggling. This part is really long. She's off her motherfucking game. It's all right. They gave her a key. She lost the key. I mean, just... This shit just wild. It's all right. We're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out today. But let me just say that Mansions gear is available right now. Please, please, please get there and support it. Of course, you already know we've got the relationship dismount, right? How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. That's available on Amazon.com in 3 different formats. Kindle, paperback, as well as Audible. We also have the holographic relationship that's available in paperback from my website, I am Zoe Williams, as well as Kindle. So, yo, get out there, support. And everybody that's in the chat room right now that has hit the super chat and the like button, I appreciate it. I thank you.
admins, moderators, please, 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 just thank everybody. Thank everybody for whatever contribution they can make. I appreciate it. Zoe, just put your sayings on your merch. You underdig? I think I did that with the University of You. Baby girl, were you able to? No? And no, they've changed the system. It's fine, honey. It's fine. It's called upgrades. So let's get into today's topics, man. We got a lot of topics, so we might as well just get into them right now. Kevin mentioned one. We waiting on Jeff. You just gotta fucking look around when it comes to Jeff. Just all right. So here we go. According to the Washington Post, don't let constitutional rights be victims of this virus. Oh my God. I'm going to get everybody's opinion on this. Carolyn Fredrickson is a senior fellow at Brennan Center for Justice. Courts around the country are grappling with how to continue operations in the face of the threat posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. In particular, how to comply with the requirements of the Speedy Trial Act for criminal defendants. Let's get these motherfuckers through here. Let's get their ass to jail. And okay, let's get this shit popping. Right? While most of Congress's attention is focused on how to respond to the looming financial meltdown, the Trump Justice Department is floating language to be included in one of the relief packages to address the burden on the judiciary. Some of the department's proposals are sensible. Others would be dangerous incursions on fundamental constitutional rights. Let's stop right there. The Constitution, and this is for me. Kevin may have a different perspective. This is for me. I'm gonna get everybody's opinion too. The Constitution, like the Bible. The Bible ain't real, nigga. Okay, not like the Bible. Let me do it. Let me be respectful. Constitution like Marvel. Like DC, it's like a comic book. Shit ain't real. They turn this motherfucker on and off when they get ready. I be seeing motherfuckers like, what are my rights? What? I love that George Carlin piece. You ain't got no rights. You dealing with the 1% who have mastered the art of lubing your ass. And whenever they want a piece of booty, they gonna get that booty. What about my rights? What? To me. Now, Kevin may have a whole nother perspective. But for me, I feel like they just make it up as they go along. I feel like, you know, they do shit. Now, you can talk about, you know, the Moors and Noble Drew Ali and the trust, and you could talk about all of that stuff. But I think when it comes to manipulating and just doing shit, I don't think they ever really reference the Constitution. You know, you got people in an uproar right now saying their constitutional rights are going to be, you know, trampled upon. Well, they did that with the 9/11. They did that with what was the massive sweeping change that they came with during 9/11? What was the legislation? The Patriot Act. Like, again, like, they can add an amendment. They can. Do you know how? Listen, if the Constitution or the Bill of Rights were a woman, they would be like Lil' Kim, because they've been nipped and tucked. They've been nipped and tucked so much. Them faces is getting amended out there. I'm just saying, this paperwork has been amended 1,000 times. Just like the Bible, just like the Quran. It hasn't been amended. Yes, it has. These motherfuckers is changed. I'm gonna throw it to you. Let me have my second here. The nipping and the tucking been going on for a long time. And they're always hacking into it. If you can hack into it, it ain't the truth, in my opinion. Now, we've got Kevin. I want to hear Kevin's opinion. Go ahead, Kevin.
What hacking into it you talking about? What did it do? What hacking?
To me, this is your time to talk. So is it my time to talk? Because I'll take back over, nigga.
Yeah, I'm asking you, what are they hacking?
In my opinion, the Patriot Act is a hack into it. In my opinion. Is it not?
The Patriot Act is...
And them suspending it, that's a hack into it too.
Well, it is, but it's a hack that everyone agreed with. So they wanted it.
So can they
that's why
hack
it
into the
happened.
motherfucker or not?
Oh, if they get the backing of the people and all that, or if they have a massive national emergency. That's the only two ways they can do that type of shit. So they create the chaos, like now. What the fuck is this?
Your iPhone listening and reporting on your ass. You over here bullshitting. Your iPhone finna tell on you. This nigga's bullshitting. This nigga's lying, and I will not tolerate. This nigga's iPhone just told on him. Shit.
Yeah, no. They can't do that. But with a national emergency, when they scare you, this is when you agree to the change. If you didn't agree to the change, they would never be able to do shit like that because there would be a backlash. But because they scare you first, then all of you will agree, yeah, take my rights, just make sure that you keep me alive.
So you're talking about order out of chaos.
Yes.
And the Hegelic, concept where they create the problem
Right.
to the point
To
where
the
they get you
solution.
to beg for the solution.
Beg for the
and
money.
then you get the solution. But you're actually agreeing with me. They can hack into the Constitution, and they have hacked into the Constitution via manipulating the people, the Republic.
Yeah, but when you act like they can just, it's like going to 7-Eleven. No, they can't do it like that. They have to, again, they have to have.
I didn't say it wasn't a process. What I'm saying is,
But when you
they
say
hacked
it's been
into
nipped
the
and tucked so many times, they don't do it. It can't. No, they don't. It's not been nipped and tucked like that. The Constitution has not been touched like that. There's a very specific number of amendments that have been with the Constitution.
How many amendments are there?
26, 28? But after the first 12 though is where the fuckery comes. Is actually where the fuckery comes in.
I got you, but imagine if those 26 amendments, if we could look at them metaphorically as nips and tucks, imagine if you had 26 nips and tucks on your face. What would your face look like?
But that's not, see, again, you're taking it out of context.
I'm trying to understand.
But I'm just saying, it's not that easy. Understanding the law, it's not been like that. After there's two different constitutions, and because there's two different Americas. You have to understand what happened to America. There's one America that went bankrupt, and then the next America that came after that, the corporate America. Those are the amendments to the Constitution you're talking about. But that Constitution, the corporate America, is not the real America. It's a corporation. Delaware Corporation, file number 219-3946. You can go look it up. So it's a little more intricate than you're trying to make. There's a government, an actual government, but then there's a corporation who's masquerading as your government. So these are two different things that are going on.
Are they working together?
No, the actual government is just sitting there. If no one uses it, it's just sitting there. The laws or everything, all of that shit is just sitting there for you to use. But you have been commandeered by a corporation. And so now you're corporate assets. And so as you're a corporate asset, they can do whatever the fuck they want to their asset.
So is that making my point? I'm confused. Is that making my point?
No, because if you understand the real law and constitution, no, they can't do that. With a corporation, when you're in a corporation, you're an asset of a corporation, yeah, then your laws are messed up. But if you actually learn the law, then you can defend yourself against that.
Okay, so somebody in the chat room is asking, why am I looking away? I'm looking at the computer,
Yeah.
which has the chat room,
Yeah.
and I'm going back and forth to my news articles here. Is it okay, motherfucker?
I knew that was about to happen next.
These motherfuckers, boy, I swear to God. When they don't know, they will jump to some conclusion. You know, this nigga's all looking away while Kevin talking because he don't agree. This shit is amazing. I swear to God, our people. Boy.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. But yeah,
Go
so
ahead, Kev, finish.
yeah, so there's an actual constitution, and if you were able to actually learn the law and use the real constitution, then you could be protected by that. But you're not. You're all corporate citizens. You've all given up your rights to the federal corporation in one way or another. So you can't really cry about it because you never decided to learn the law or to take responsibility for your status. So this is why they can do all that to you. Now, just so you know, national emergency and military law is only, or military rule is only for federal citizens. If you're not a federal citizen,
What's a federal citizen, Kev?
a corporate citizen, 14th Amendment citizen, or anyone under the first part of the Constitution. So there's two different citizenships. The first part of the Constitution, which are the actual real citizens, the first-class citizens, and the second-class citizens, or the 14th Amendment. If you're either one of those, excuse me, if you're under either one of those, the government can do whatever the hell they want to you. However, most of you melanated people in America are Aboriginal, and you shouldn't really be under that status. And as an Aboriginal, you precede the federal government, and so your rights are higher than the federal government's rights. So,
Well, you say federal government, or you said than an average citizen or a 14th Amendment citizen?
Your rights go back to because you gave the federal government permission to be here. So the federal government has admitted they're holding everything that you want or that you used to own in trust. They've admitted this in Congress. Excuse me, in what is it? House Congressional Resolution 331. They say we are the trustees of the Native Americans. We're holding their stuff.
Slow down, because there's a lot of information. Slow down now. You mean to tell me that the Aboriginal niggas here in America gave this demonic group of motherfuckers permission
to be here? Yep.
To be here?
They weren't demonic at first. They was all cool. And when they first came over here, you know, with the first Pilgrims and then William Penn and all them, they were actually cool. They had a great relationship. It's the other immigrants. Yeah, they was real cool actually. They were some of them that were adopted into the Aboriginal tribes. They became.
That's the problem right there.
That's the problem. But no, it was the other immigrants who came after who didn't understand the relationship that was established. And so they saw, oh, the new world, money, 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 money. Oh, I can get my shit. And they just came over and they didn't give a shit about the Aboriginals who were here and the relationship that was established before. And so they just started mashing out. So that's how the relationship got separated. But your rights and your laws supersede the Constitution or the federal government. And so if you understood that and were able to reclaim that, then martial law doesn't apply to you.
So I want everybody to go to the Hurricane Report because a lot of my stories, most of them come from the Hurricane Report. Oh. All right? I want you guys to get over there, support them, because I'll be on their website like crazy, you know, seeing what they post. And when they post good shit, which is most of the time, I mean, because, you know, certain shit that I ain't gonna talk about. Mm-hmm. You understand? Can you pull up the Hurricane Report for me, honey?
You said stuff that you won't talk about?
No, it's just certain stuff that, you know, that may not relate to me.
Oh.
Right.
That's all I'm trying.
But I would say 98% of the stuff they post relates to me, right? So check out the Hurricane Report. Did you find it?
It's always the one that I can't. But I got that. I got that.
It's
Okay,
coming.
that's it. That's a little bit of
Hey
it.
man, she ain't working works in a
That's
week.
the clothing.
Man,
In 2 weeks.
That's the gear.
it's coming. I'm sorry, son.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Now, Sarah used to be a superstar at this shit.
I am.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh,
I'm
man.
so sorry.
Like, Sarah used to be fucking amazing. And
Yeah, like, my shot is off,
let
man.
me
My
tell you
jump
what
shot
happened,
is
Sarah.
off.
Sarah, you done got a job. You done got comfortable at the job.
Got sedity and bougie.
Done got a little sedity. Making a little piece of change.
Oh my God.
I asked Sarah to be here early. Sarah got here at 9 or 10:50. I asked Sarah to be here. I said, Sarah, I need you here. The Hurricane Report, h-report.news. Go there right now. The Hurricane Report. Write it, take action, maintain freedom, then click reports. Once you get to the website, you'll see all of the prevalent information, all of the articles. King Africa has summoned you. This brother, Dr. Lalal, how do you pronounce this? Lalia Africa, transition March 22nd.
Oh, Layla Africa?
Yeah, Layla. Is that how you pronounce it? Layla Africa, transition March 22nd, 2020.
What?
One of the
Just
most
died.
What?
esteemed teachers
Oh,
and
no.
lover. That's posted here on the H
Oh,
report.
no.
Yeah, yeah. I was hip to the brother's work.
Oh, man.
Always had a hard time pronouncing his name. But the brother passed. The brother was a reservoir of information, a repository of information.
Sure it was.
And you remember that old saying about when an old man dies, and he wasn't an old man,
No, right.
He wasn't
but that African proverb, when an old man dies, a library burns
Man.
down. So we have truly lost a library in that brother's personage. Again, please go to the Hurricane Report. That is h-report.news. Continue to support those people and the good work that they are putting out every day. Got another story.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Harvey Weinstein tests positive for coronavirus
Oh,
while in jail.
How you get it in jail?
That's a good question.
Damn.
No, it's a broader question. Look, it's a broader question, and the broader question is,
You got Mr. Sneevely?
No. the broader question is, what are the provisions being taken for the inmates?
Right.
Fuck Harvey.
Right. Right. Oh, you did?
Fuck him. But
Fuck him.
I'm just saying, what are the provisions for the inmates?
He's put Oprah kissing.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard, because I've never been to prison, I've heard that the air in prison is recycled.
Right.
Like on an
Yeah,
airplane.
or in the casinos.
That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If that's the case, then listen.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Look, if that's the case, are they really trying to prevent this shit? Because it don't take a genius to know. You gonna spread that shit if you're recycling the air
Thank you.
in those facilities.
Right. It's an airborne fucking virus.
Now, is it airborne? Because I heard
Yeah.
it wasn't airborne.
Well, yeah, that's how you get it from you or spittles or it survives for a little bit in the air.
Nigga, that's too
why-
close born. That ain't airborne.
But no,
That's exactly what's happening, though.
That is too close born.
but what do you mean it's too close born? But if you're breathing, that's air
You
that you're breathing
said
in.
spittle. You know how
But
close?
it's also air. It survives a little bit in the air, which is why they tell you to stay 6 feet away.
It's an airborne virus.
Well, nigga, move down. No, but I heard that if you sneeze, it'll stay in the air. Some of the larger particulates of it will stay in the air for a little bit. then it'll settle. The larger ones, the larger particles of it. The smaller particles can land on metal and exist for up to 12 hours, maybe 9 to 12 hours. Right?
Right.
But it's not airborne in the sense that you sneeze and this shit is on the wind flapping, looking.
Well, somebody just came out with it who had no contact with anyone with the I keep calling it coronavirus.
That bitch hurt you.
Huh?
Karina.
I don't know a woman named Karina. That's funny.
She hurt you.
But
Talk about
the
Karina.
coronavirus. But there was somebody who came up with it, and he had no contact with anyone with it, so that's why they think it may have been airborne. It's able to survive in the air longer than they thought. But
Yeah, it's not airborne though, because a lot more people would be infected if it was airborne. That shit would have wrapped around the earth 46 times, and everybody would be on their back.
But airborne doesn't just mean it can stay in the air forever. It just means it survives in the air for a certain amount of time. That's all it means. It doesn't mean, oh, nigga, it got wings. That motherfucker's a jet. He take off around the world.
Well, let's look up the definition of airborne.
It's boring.
Because what I don't want to do is push no bullshit out here to these people who need to be informed. We got to teach the people. We got to talk about Moses. We got to talk about Abraham. We got.
So just so you guys know, they were talking about China. China is 95% back up and running. They're opening their movie theaters, and what they've been doing is using high doses of vitamin C to treat the shit, and they're back up and running. 95%. They're getting ready to open their movie theaters, and then they're going to give all the money from the movies to the movie company, the movie theater. They're not even going to pass it on to the movies. So, and then there's another doctor, a German doctor, who's been doing tests on it, and he broke out. He did a lecture about a couple of days ago. His name is Dr. Klingert. You can go Google him in his lecture, and he breaks down what actually affects the virus. Now, there's 3 major things that affect the virus. 1, vitamin C. 2, which is crazy, is melatonin. Melatonin, it inhibits the fucking virus, which is why black people aren't really being affected by it. You can catch it,
Black people being
but they're
affected.
they're not dying. Ain't no black people died from this.
They got no.
ain't no black people died from this.
Let me just say this real
so-
quick before you finish, Kev. We not doctors in this.
I'm telling you what the doctor said.
I have to say that.
I'm telling
have
you
to
what
say
this.
that, and
I'm
then I'm
breaking
gonna
down
let
what
you finish saying what you said. But I gotta say, we're not doctors. We're not prescribing nothing. Now, Kevin, finish prescribing.
Okay, go look up Dr. Klinger's research. The German doctor, he just did this. Melatonin, and melatonin is what you have to have melatonin to produce melanin. So this is why a lot of melanated people aren't getting affected by it. And then the other thing is humming or oming.
Humming?
Yeah, because you have nitric oxide in your nose. Nitric oxide actually kills viruses. This is why you're supposed to breathe in through you're supposed to inhale through your nose. It purifies the air before you take it into your lungs. So nitric oxide it increases 15 times, at minimum 15 times when you're vibrating, like humming or oming. And that increases the nitric oxide in your nose, so it helps to kill the virus. These are the 3 things that they actually studied that said that takes out the virus or inhibits the virus.
Very interesting stuff. What are airborne diseases? You can catch some diseases simply by breathing. These are called airborne diseases. Airborne diseases can spread when people with certain infections cough, sneeze, or talk, spewing nasal and throat secretions into the air.
What'd you call them?
Throat secretions.
Throat secretions.
Some viruses or bacteria take flight. Some viruses and bacteria take flight and hang in the air or land on other people or surfaces. When you breathe in airborne pathogenic organisms, they take up residence inside you. You can also pick up germs when you touch a surface that harbors them and then touch your own eyes, nose, or mouth. Because these diseases travel in the air, they're hard to control. I already said these bitches be flying. I just needed to get the technical definition here. Because these diseases travel in the air, gotta yell certain shit, they're hard to control. Keep reading to learn more about the common types of airborne diseases, and you too can protect yourself from catching them. These bitches are flying. I just wanted to make my point. When they say airborne, they mean these bitches is flying.
They mean they stay in the air for a certain amount of time. That's
The
what it
motherfucker
meant.
said they travel. That's
yes,
what the definition was.
because they can stay, they can remain in the air for a certain amount of time. They don't take off around the world.
That came from HealthNet.
They don't take off around the world,
Listen,
Oh, it came from
that shit came from HealthNet, dog.
dude.
They said they travel.
Okay,
Now, what the fuck travel mean, kid?
travel can be from here, from me to Sarah. That can be traveling.
Yeah.
That's the definition.
Or from here to your phone.
Yes.
Or from here to a nigga and get that nigga sick, right?
Get that nigga sick.
The fuck?
And it could be carried
Not
in
across
spirit.
the world.
Lord have mercy, man. I'm just gonna say this, man. Y'all do know that the major shoe is about to drop because of that partnership between Bill Gates. Y'all didn't hear about ID 2020?
No.
Partnership between Bill Gates and Big Pharma called ID 2020. You not here?
No.
Say what?
I'd be surprised when this nigga Kevin don't know what the fuck going on.
Oh man.
Pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and show you ID 2020.
Wow.
This is happening right now.
I knew we did the speech giving
Digital
about the corona
Identity
joint.
Alliance.
What is it again? ID what?
ID 2020.
ID 2020.
And that's why they had this do the real ID then. The driver's license comes.
Well, the real ID is for travel. You got to have it before October, or you won't be able to get on a plane.
Boy, these niggas.
We need to get digital ID right. Identity is vital for political, economic, and social opportunities. But systems of identification are archaic, insecure, lack adequate privacy protection, and for over 1 billion people, inaccessible. Digital identity is being defined now, and we need to get it right. This is the website. Digital identity.
ID 2020.
The mark,
Part of the real ID thing.
Yeah, this is right.
the mark of the beast on that ass.
My shit ain't working.
Let he who has wisdom count the number, the mark of the beast, and that is the number of a man. 666, huh? Shit's coming, y'all. This is why I be saying all this, all my rights and all you. None of that shit real. They
Yes.
got an agenda and had an agenda to shut it all down, in my opinion.
Man, you can't be doing that. Your rights are real. And if you learn the law, you'll understand how
what's the
to
difference
assert your
between
rights.
a right and a privilege?
A privilege is something given to you. Your rights are you're born with them. Your rights, the rights that you have aren't given to you by the government. They're just secured by the government. A privilege is given to you by the
Who
government.
put the government in position to secure something that is
You
in
did.
you?
You did. The people
So
did.
if the people did that, did the people forfeit the power?
No, they didn't. Nope, they did not.
That's
Actually.
a real question.
No, they didn't. I know. That's a real question. No, they didn't.
Because
No, they did not.
if we put it in them, do we agree that this is a corrupt society?
What do you mean, the government or
The
just
government.
people?
The people.
Oh,
The government and the people.
Oh, the government.
The fuck?
The government and the people. Yeah, I guess.
So-
The government definitely.
Now, if the government is corrupt and we gave them the right to do this, what makes you think they wouldn't try to usurp our power?
Of course they do. They try to do it all the time, but their mechanisms are in place for you to make sure that doesn't happen. And if you learn the law, this is why they took civics out of school, because that teaches you government and how to work with the government and your responsibility.
I'm
in
not
government.
disagreeing with any of that, but if you don't know how to do this, you lost.
Right. If you don't know how to do this, you lost. Yes.
So then
But
they
it's
win.
but it's out there for you to know how to do. Pick up some books.
Yeah,
Don't
but that's
learn
what I'm
this
saying.
shit.
It's like the point you made earlier. It's not that fucking elementary. For a motherfucker to just I was talking to somebody the other day. Oh, we just gotta wake up. Okay. Well, when you wake up, what you gonna do? 'Cause
Right.
typically, when you wake up, you do shit. Right?
Yeah, that's
Typically,
the
when you
question.
wake up,
Wait,
you
that-
gonna do shit.
That's the question. Yeah, what you gonna do when your ass wake up? All these niggas, yeah, we gotta wake up, y'all, wake up,
But
wake
what you
up.
gonna do when you wake up?
Hey, nigga, I'm right there,
Do
nigga.
you
What
have do you have the 168 hours or in a week mapped out? Right? Time management for your
Right,
life.
right.
When you wake up, are you on a calendar? Are
Right.
you on schedule
Right.
towards some shit?
Or you just out here fumbling and
See,
twirling.
so I hear what you're saying, Kev, but what I'm saying is, just like the majority of black people in in America are grossly unprepared for what is happening. They were grossly unprepared for what happened in Katrina. They're grossly unprepared for what's happening right now. And I'm talking about us as a community. You can't, it's a select few of people who know what Kevin knows. It ain't a whole bunch of motherfuckers running around that know what he know.
Nah, it ain't.
So Kev makes it sound so elementary. All you gotta do is go over there and get that book. You see that book sitting right there?
But
There's a book sitting right there. You grab that book.
It's easier to learn than you think, though.
I'm not saying that it's a difficult study, although I have dabbled and studied in it, and this shit can get convoluted. Shit like quantum physics, my nigga. I done studied this shit. But the point that I'm making is ultimately based on Kevin's assertion that we empowered them to run the government. I'm basically saying we empowered the devil to ruin our lives, and they get to motherfucking make rules as they go along. They get to change shit. They get to circumvent shit. They get to create scenarios and situations that make you feel like, let me give you a little bit more of this. That's what I'm talking about. To me, what Kev is talking about is archaic in the sense that it's ancient knowledge, and you got to know this shit, and ultimately, I still got to see a motherfucker be successful at it. And when I say successful, my definition for that is, nigga, I want to see a nigga move unencumbered in any way, shape, or form in this society. I want to see a nigga roll up to JPL in Pasadena like, nigga, I'm a Moore. Let's see the rockets and the aliens. Do you understand? I want to see. I want to see a motherfucker with total
That's not a
freedom.
realistic. That's not a realistic understanding of what should happen if it works. Because you gotta. That's something about. That's how. Or a person, when you don't understand the law, you think it should work like that. That's not how it works.
I'm saying, I'm painting a picture. But what it's actually called in real life, in today's society, is social mobility. I want to see a nigga move unencumbered within this society. Social mobility using the tools that you speak of as valid. That's what I want to see. And I have witnessed a lot of people in this movement encumbered by the movement and by this society because of their participation in it. Now, I'm not saying it's invalid. I just haven't seen somebody who's mastered the shoulder roll of this bitch to the point where they can move freely.
But seriously, how many people do you really know actually out there working and doing this stuff that's really dove into it except me? And I've
know
done
some
it.
people
And
outside
I've done
you.
it. I've done it.
You think you the only nigga I know?
I've done it.
There's a nigga
What
sitting
you
right
talking
next
about,
to you.
nigga? I've done it. So what are you talking about? You don't know nobody who's done it. I've done it.
I didn't say I don't know anybody who's done it. I said I don't know anybody, including you, who has been ultra successful at it. That's what I'm saying.
Ultra successful meaning what?
Meaning social mobility, being able to move unencumbered. Being like,
That
for
ain't- but
instance, when we see
that's not a-
situations, like let's create the scenarios. Eric Garner got choked the fuck out for selling loose cigarettes. Choked and killed. If he was a master of this information that you have, would he have died? Could he have prevented that?
If he just knew regular police stop law, he would have survived.
First off,
Just that.
but first off, we can't take the white people off the fucking hook. Them motherfuckers did over and above the Call of Duty of dumb shit to kill the man. They were wrong. They were illegal for that. They should have went to jail. But the point that I'm trying to make is, how do you interface? Because let's look at it this way. Kev, this is considered a remedy that you're talking about, right?
What are you talking? There's two different things we're talking about
No.
here. You're talking about just regular learning of the law within the system, and then there's Aboriginal people who actually have a status that is above that. Which are you talking about?
Hold on. I'm talking about how you interface, right? People in this society, whether they be police, whether they be the military, whether they be the court system, how do you interface these people to where they don't block your upward progression in society? Now, do you have to become the ladder that you mentioned, right? Change your status in order to do that. Once you change your status, how then do you work your status to not be encumbered? That's what I'm asking.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So for to not be encumbered, you're asking for regular, people in the street to know the law. Like police officers, they're not going to know that type of law.
No, I'm saying once somebody comes into this knowledge, how do they work it? And how much of this knowledge are they supposed to have?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you. So, again, expecting regular public servants to know this information is not realistic. They're not. Law is only for the court. That's just so you guys know. The law is for the court. So when you try to get out here and talk this stuff to police officers and stuff, they don't know that. They don't know any of that. They only know certain procedures that they're taught in police academy and little, policies that they have at their police station. That's it. That's all they know.
So basically, Garner couldn't have been saved if he knew this.
No, he could have, because when they walked up to him, all he had to do. See, when they walked up to him, they had reasonable suspicion to actually talk to him. He was mad because they were messing with him, but just the fact they actually had legal, reasonable suspicion to mess with him because he had been there selling cigarettes before. So that being the case, when the police officer, when you committed a crime and you've seen in that place again, that's reasonable suspicion for the police officer to approach you and ask you or investigate what you're doing there. And so because when they did that, all he had to do was just sit there and just tell him his name and this and that, and everything would have been fine. But because he was resisting, that's what escalated the conversation.
Did he resist? I
When
saw the video.
Right off the bat, when he said, "Why y'all messing with me?" Right off the bat, right there, that's not the thing to do. They actually have the right to talk to you. They have the right to investigate. If he understood that law, then he wouldn't have resisted at all, because they did have the right to talk to him.
To accost you and kill you.
No, they don't have the right to accost you and kill you. However, there are laws that allow them to use certain force when you don't comply with the law.
Didn't you just tell us at the beginning when you was promoting your stuff that this martial law, you can get scooped up off the streets and never heard from again?
No, if they pass it. They don't, this is if Congress agrees with the DOJ's
But
request.
this is my
But-
point. Are we
that-
in Congress? Are we in the Department of Justice?
No, but but again, knowing the law, dude, it's not that easy for them to just do that. Again, they can do that with people who don't know the law. The law is for the court, and if you understand your rights, then you have remedy from that.
The man asking questions, what did I do, is not probable cause to say, let's choke him out and kill him.
That's not what he was doing. He was
That's
asking
not
that. Yeah, he was
resistance.
doing that, but he was also, why y'all messing with me? Leave me alone. He was saying all
But
of that.
that's not illegal.
But it is illegal when they have reasonable suspicion. They have a right to investigate you. So when you do that, again, that's against the law, man.
But I think
It is.
reasonable suspicion.
Reasonable suspicion means that a police officer can walk up to you and investigate the suspicion of the suspicion of whatever they have of you committing a crime.
But don't you see
you're
that
about
as
to commit a crime
morally,
or
but don't you see that as morally bankrupt to
I'm
be
not,
able?
I'm not saying there's more. I'm not putting a moral stamp on it. What I'm saying is, had he just known certain procedure, he could have been he could have acted correctly and it would have the police stop would have just been some regular old shit. They would have talked to him, found out he didn't have cigarettes, he wasn't selling cigarettes there, and went on their way. But because they didn't understand, or he didn't understand the law of reasonable suspicion, he gave them the right to escalate the stop. That's what they were looking for. See, at a reasonable suspicion stop, they're looking for you to be, back up off me. Why are you touching me? Why are you doing this? They want you to do that so they can escalate the shit, so they can take you in, and they have arrest quotas and shit like that. So they want you to escalate the shit.
So maybe my problem is with the word they gave or he gave. Because gave implies power. Like, I intend to give you something.
So wait, I'm sorry.
Because I'm saying maybe my problem with what you're saying is the utilization of the word gave. You said he gave them the right to do whatever.
Oh, I'm saying he gave them.
And I'm basically saying maybe he.
Well, the law gave them the right to do that when he acted the way he did.
And those laws were probably written from a corrupt space. That happened in New York. That's Bloomberg. That's stop and frisk, which is some.
No, the reasonable suspicion law is actually there to help you because it comes from something called Terry versus Ohio. And basically what it was, this dude, he walked up on some brothers and he saw him walking around a building a few times. This is in the 60s. He saw him walking around the building a few times, so he walked up to him and just jacked him up and just frisked him up. He just, hemmed him up against the wall and just frisked him. So when the court got there, they said, look, you just can't do that. You just can't walk up to people just because you think they're committing a crime and frisk them. So you have to have what's called reasonable suspicion, which is specific and articulable facts of this person either about to commit a crime, they has committed a crime, or...
So when you say it was initially created, and this is what I'm saying, add more context to what you're saying, because you understand there's something called the spirit of the law.
Yes, in the letter.
Right.
It's the spirit in the letter.
The spirit in the letter. So if these motherfuckers have taken the spirit of the law and ignored it and silenced it, and turned it into some machine-like, mechanistic prejudice. Like, we don't like niggas anyway. This is an opportunity for me to roll up on this nigga who got less than a pack of cigarettes and loose cigarettes.
Right.
And use the law the way it is written. That's why we talk about the moral compass that has to be involved if you consider yourself a human being.
Right, but again, you not knowing the law gives them, it allows them to do that.
It allows.
It
I
does.
like that.
It allows them to do that. When you walking out there and you're engaging in society, there are laws that run that society. And if you don't know those laws, you're gonna be like the bumper cars. You're gonna be running into shit all the goddamn time. You're
Let me do
supposed
this
to know
real
these
quick.
laws.
Hey, everybody in the chat room, I'm watching y'all comments. Y'all motherfuckers are hilarious. It's over damn near 1,300 people in here live. Everybody should have already hit the like button. You gotta already hit that like button. Everybody should hit that like button. I want to personally thank everybody who hit the super chat button, who has shared you know, what little that they have right now. But everybody should hit the like button. Don't be afraid to hit the like button. Support this channel. Everything you guys share with us helps keep us on. That's why we up in this bitch. We shouldn't even be here. we mobilized everybody to get up in here, and motherfuckers don't hit the goddamn chat.
Niggas risking their lives, niggas.
Niggas is risking their lives to do this goddamn show. Please hit that fucking like button. Hit the share button. And again, y'all think Kev and I, you know, we be going at each other or whatever. But let me just say, I've been knowing Kev for over 30 years.
Right, man.
And we had these conversations. We've been having these conversations for 30 years.
Forever.
So this is how I process information. I process information through doubting it. That's the Zolo Mansions coming. I process the information
Critical thinking.
through doubting it. Cough again, nigga.
And next to me,
Drink some of your motherfucking juice, man. Don't cough in here again. Get this nigga a juice. No, but I process information through doubting it, through questioning it. And I've already had the conversation with Kev. I said, Kev, you're the minister of information on this show. So I'm going to push you and challenge you to provide the resources. Kev said, these motherfuckers need to find this shit on their own. It took me 30 years to find all this shit. Kev got a Fort Knox library. You understand? This nigga got a library, and the motherfucker don't want to let no books go out.
No, nigga stole my books at one time. Damn it.
Kev, tell the truth, nigga.
Niggas stole my books, man. Y'all nigga, you know niggas used to roll up in the house and just
Nobody stole your books, Kev.
Niggas walk. Well, yeah, nobody bought them back. Let's play it. Nobody just stole them, yeah, but nobody bought them back when I loaned them.
I asked, Kev,
I gave you books. I ain't tripping on. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about other niggas. Like Set 2 and
my cousin stole some shit from me.
They're at home right now. You can just call them and get them back. Anybody who got your book, you know where they are.
So,
Actually, I don't.
again, I ask everybody in the chat room, hit the like button, hit the share button. Again, I urge everybody to stay home and be safe and practice social distancing. I ask that you motherfuckers like really pull it together with your families because now's the time to come to fucking together.
Man, thank you. This is the biggest, the most important time for unity. They're trying to separate you. They understand in a world that's separated, the unified are the most powerful. They ain't gonna stay unified. They want you out there. No, don't come together with nobody. Don't have any congregation. Don't talk about shit. Don't touch nobody. This is the big plan. They have to this is a reset. This is what they call a reset. And that's social distancing. Go watch that movie Contagion. That's where they got the thing from.
And Sanjay Gupta was in the movie.
Gupta? Sanjay
Telling people to distance themselves.
Yes, Sanjay Gupta was in that, and then he gave a speech recently that was the exact same speech that Lawrence Fishburne, who was the head of the CDC, gave on the news. Yeah, in the movie, he gave the same speech. Like you couldn't even be original. You gave the same goddamn speech. You took it right from Lawrence Fishburne. He did what?
He rooted for him.
Man. So yeah, I don't think this is out here. This is
Somebody says Zoe is urging us to stay home while he's inside the studio with multiple people. 3 minutes from my front door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It's only a minute away.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to make people look dumb? Be missing the point. We just said we put ourselves in harm's way to do a show for niggas who won't hit the like button. Then this motherfucker said, Zoe telling us to be inside when he in the studio with people.
This nigga out here hiking.
I don't understand your humor sometimes, you know?
I just don't. Come on, man. This shit is crazy.
Man.
So, again, there are some things that people can do. And I told you that other shoe is about to drop, that ID 2020. That other shoe is about to drop. Kev said it was a reset. Not only is it an economic reset,
Man.
it's also an identity reset
Yep.
with that ID 2020. Bill Gates, of course, partnering with Big Pharma. You already know through vaccinations, Bill Gates has already said that he uses vaccinations in third world countries to bring
Right.
the population
Yep, he did say-
down. So now you're dealing with Agenda 21, population control. Why is there a need to control the population? Well, there's a whole lot of variables that we speculate on.
Right.
One of the variables is, what's the year when the world gets less whiter? Was it 2049?
Yeah, they only
2042?
got they only got a few years left. They know that.
So it could be bringing down mortality rates of original people, right? It could be, but it could also be something even more, as if that wasn't nefarious enough. It could also be the other thing that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. No, we're talking about population control, but bringing down the people, of course, the original people, bringing down their mortality rates, but it could also be the fact that they just want to get the population down to under 500 million.
Right.
Or
More manageable.
Right. Or the Hitler ideation of just getting rid of the useless eaters.
Culling.
Right? People who are not meaningful, people who are not purposeful, people who have nothing the fuck going on in their lives.
Uses the world's resources without replenishing.
And at the end of the day, they look at you like, nigga, you ain't got the right to shit.
Right. Like, nigga, you just using toilet paper. These niggas buying up toilet paper, none of y'all got no toilet paper companies.
Do you understand? Speaking of that, let's promote Freedom Toilet Paper.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Freedom Toilet Paper Company. Now, I heard Tariq promoted them and shut down their website. Shout out to Tariq for doing that.
Nice.
I know maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago when we were at T Radio V, we was promoting them real strong.
Yep.
Black-owned business, toilet paper company. Order right now. I ordered some.
Okay. Yeah, the Caucasians don't know about this company. They should, right. They
You
should.
understand? I ordered some. I was like, let me get some. So again, everybody in this chat room should hit that like button, hit that share button.
Like, share, and subscribe, y'all.
Like, share, and subscribe, right? Okay, cool. But Total Freedom Paper Company, that's a company y'all should support. Y'all should still look to support black-owned businesses during this time. They've shut down the farmers markets.
Man.
Yeah, you can't do the farmers market.
Sure, you can't do the farmer's market.
Breathing on the food.
Then the other thing, because I mentioned in another video that I did, which is interesting, but I mentioned in another video to spray the bottom of your shoes with Lysol, right? And somebody was like, Zoe, what do you mean by that? Go deeper.
You're walking in your house.
It lives on surfaces.
You're walking in your house.
It lives on your clothes for 9 hours.
Man.
So as soon as you get home, if you outside, just like we're out, so once you get back home, you should take a shower.
A lot of niggas don't want to take no shower.
Gotta take a shower if you're trying to fight this stuff. You gotta
Spray
take a
yourself
shower.
with some silver.
Now again, let's get into that silver shit. Let me just say, I call it silver shit now.
Silver.
Call it whatever you want. That don't mean nothing.
That's silver.
mean nothing to
But
me.
let me tell you how I feel about it. Kev know me. I bought some silver. And I drank the whole motherfucking bottle already.
Why would you do that?
Because I want to turn blue, nigga. Let me tell you what. I'm just
Yeah, I know.
You know,
You,
he's
I know.
lying.
You.
Come on, man.
just fucking with Kev.
You ain't fucking with me, man.
But when I pull up the information on the websites from the doctors, the same doctors that say coronavirus is real and we should take it serious,
Right.
these motherfuckers say that goddamn silver shit don't work. They say clinical tests over the years have proven that that shit is ineffective. Now let me tell you why I bought it and drank it. Because I'm a placebo ass nigga anyway. I believe the mind is powerful. Fuck it. Let me get some of the silver real quick, drink a cap full of this shit. So I can tell my mind shit's all good. But if we look and we pull up, right? WebMD,
Right.
we look at all these medical resources, they all say that silver shit don't work. What say ye, Kevin?
They full of shit. Nigga, it's the medical industry, nigga. You gotta come to them for drugs, nigga. Why'd they say silver works, nigga, where you don't have it completely releases you from their motherfucking control. Of course they gonna say silver don't work. Dr. Oz don't say that. He take it all the time.
Keep going, Kev.
Dr. Oz takes that shit all the time. But just so you know, all silver isn't made the same. But just to give you the science of what silver is, most silver now is called ionic silver, where they use electrolysis and they rip the silver from whatever means they have, and it rips the particles and makes this colloidal silver. What it does when they do that, it takes an electron from the silver, and so the silver is imbalanced. And so when it goes into your body, it's looking to rebalance itself. Now it doesn't take electrons from your actual good cells, but any invading pathogen, it rips an electron from that invading pathogen, and it dies. No organic thing can live without the two electrons, so it just dies. The silver is a metal; it's a metallic, so it can live forever, or not forever, but it can live however long it's charged within the body, and just goes around ripping electrons from bad pathogens within the body. So that's the science of it. Now, all silvers isn't made the same. The one I use has a technology called Silver Soul technology. It has 3 patents on it. You can go look it up in the patent office, and so they basically. They charge it. They charge it with UV light or UV frequency light, as well as they create another silver coating on it that actually rips more electrons from viruses. So this is basically the most powerful silver that you can get. They've done 450 tests. 450 tests, a lot of them with the EPA, which is actually the biggest test people that the government have. It's not the FDA. The FDA actually doesn't test anything. They allow you to test your own thing and then submit your reports, and then they approve or not approve. So the FDA is bullshit. The EPA, though, they don't want you fucking up the environment, so they actually do stringent testing. This Silver Soul technology had over 450 tests, a lot of them with the EPA, and they said, yeah, that shit worked. So malaria, SARS, all the rest of that shit. And coronavirus is just another version of SARS. So, bam.
So the Mayo Clinic .org says, my dad takes colloidal silver for his health, but is it safe? Answer from Brent A. Bauer, medical doctor. Now, Kevin is 100% right. This industry is designed to make all natural homeopathic cures bullshit. So I agree with Kev on that. This is what they say. Colloidal silver isn't considered safe or effective for any of the health problems claimed by manufacturers. Silver has no known purpose in the body, nor is it an essential mineral, as some sellers of silver products claim. Colloidal silver products are made of tiny silver particles suspended in a liquid. The same type of precious metals used in jewelry, dental fillings, silverware, and other consumer goods. Colloidal silver products are usually marketed as dietary supplements that are taken by mouth. Colloidal silver products also come in forms to be injected or applied to the skin. Manufacturers of colloidal silver products often claim that they are cure-alls, boosting your immune systems, fighting bacteria and viruses, and treating cancer, HIV, AIDS, shingles, herpes, eye ailments, and all types of other shit. They're basically saying this shit is a farce.
First of all, they're full of shit. No one says it can cure cancer and AIDS and all the rest of that.
Kev, tell us
That's
who
their
we
bullshit.
believe.
That's
You
their
or
bullshit.
them.
That's their bullshit. Go and believe them. I've been taking it for 20 years. I used to make it myself. I know it works. So fuck them. I don't need to rely on them. I know it works. And it doesn't boost your immune system. It aids your immune system. It's like hiring a mercenary army to help your immune system. That's all it is.
Isn't that the same thing? Aid and boost?
No, boosting your immune system makes your white blood cells stronger. This is just, hey, let me hire some soldiers to help these niggas out, put them on the front line so my immune system don't get super taxed. That's all it is.
So, with all of the ambiguity around coronavirus, at first, old people was getting sick. Now, young people are getting sick. Right? We still see a lot of celebrity motherfuckers who got sick and look healthy. And on top of that, asymptomatic. They got it, but they don't have no symptoms. Then some people who got it look like they getting their ass kicked by Lucifer from the inside out.
Those are the unhealthy people. They're already sick.
So the point that I'm trying to make is, who do you believe at a time like this?
Good. No.
What is a real source of information that you can go to?
Did she say the Lord? Did you say the Lord? She said the Lord. Sarah said the Lord, y'all. Go look him up. Hit him on the ID when you call her.
Sarah said go to God.
Go to God.
Or your inner self, like,
Texting.
your peace.
Do you think you can go to God? Listen, to me, God and religion is the same thing. I mean, God and government is the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. God and government.
Government has never brought me peace.
Tell that to the people.
God brought you peace.
I believe it gives me a sense of peace.
You were frazzled this morning when I saw you. How do you have a sense of peace? Tell us about it.
You was frazzled a second ago when you was dealing with that audio.
Where God at when I tell you to pull up this
Right.
goddamn picture?
Where God?
Sarah in here talking shit.
Shit.
I'm just saying. I'm not. Listen.
That's what I hold on.
Let me just be clear. Let me be clear, because a lot of people, this fucking mic. A lot of people get it twisted. I'm not an atheist. Okay? I've said this before. I'm a deist. I believe in God. But I also understand that religion is, the religions are social constructs, right? And languages, belief systems, these are just symbols, right? To try to make something that's bigger than everything, that's beyond everything's intelligent comprehension, sensible, right? So I don't disrespect any other religions. I'm just saying, who do you go to? Do you go within? Do you go to a book? Clearly the government has mucked up shit so bad, right? That so much bullshit done went on with the government.
The government.
The government that it's difficult to be able to say, okay, I trust what you're saying. Right? So you take,
Do not believe them niggas.
You
Got
can't-
none of your best interests at heart.
right,
Oh.
so
But a lot of people do.
it's just been a lot of fuck shit. This is why I asked the question a long time ago. I said, in the last show, I said, how the fuck can you forgive a politician who ripped generations of families apart because of an oversight that he claims now, well, I've changed, I'm different now. And we'll forgive that politician, but we won't forgive family members. We won't forgive exes.
Right.
We won't forgive loved ones. We won't forgive friends. We won't forgive none of that shit.
Nope.
But we'll forgive the very people that are here tearing our fucking lives down moment to moment. We'll still interface with your people died. Slaves wasn't fighting for the vote.
No. Nah. Hell no.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So look at the metaphor of God, or I would say religion and politics. Do you get worked up in a fervor over religion? A fervor. You see my leg bouncing, a fervor.
So, I mean, I'm not really religious.
Y'all don't catch the Holy Ghost in this bitch?
But this is a catchphrase.
That's a catchphrase.
The
That's
Holy
not
Ghost?
real.
The Holy Ghost?
The Holy Ghost? No, because it's more of it's something you don't catch it. Like, you don't physically.
Niggas have
What
caught
you talking
the
about?
Holy Ghost like
What you talking
coronavirus.
about? Of course you. I have seen niggas flip out.
Yeah, but it's not something that's. I mean, people say catch.
Okay, I've seen niggas practice the Holy Ghost. I've seen niggas practice catching it.
Imitating, practicing the Holy Ghost.
People that are feel they have certain reactions, and it manifests in different ways.
What if we had a camera to put on you right now?
So watch this. There's a fervor. There's an emotional fervor.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to somebody's funeral that you didn't know, but maybe it was a friend of a friend, and you were there to support the friend?
Yeah.
You've been in that situation?
Yeah.
Was that fucking funeral emotional? Did it touch you?
Actually it did.
Okay, cool. So this is what happens in church.
Oh, okay.
Motherfucker got touched at a funeral of somebody they don't know.
Oh, okay. That is the best, worst example I've ever heard.
You can be moved. You put yourself in that environment and understand that that's a traditional environment for black folk. Listen to me now. The church was all that we had.
Yep.
Once everything was ripped out of us, the church was all that we had. The church, I know I can get my rent paid. I know I can get a sandwich. I know somebody gonna pray for me. The church was all that we
somebody
had.
gonna pray for me. I get a sandwich.
Do you understand? And you can be moved when you're in those emotional environments. Listen to the key word, that you believe in. You can be moved. Government is the same way.
Yep.
We can be moved patriotically and become fanatics, just like religious folks become fanatics about what they believe to be true.
Case in point, Lyndon Johnson, he gave melanated people back in the day, he gave them what they call set-asides, basically just programs that help melanated people out back there. But when he did it, before he did it, he said, I bet I'll be able to get these niggas to vote Democrat for 200 years. This is the reason that he gave it to y'all. And now, all melanated people, all y'all brothers are all y'all Democrats right now, and got Joe Biden, about to vote for Joe Biden, a nigga who told you right there, screamed it at Congress, lock these niggas up, don't let none of these motherfuckers come cross the line. These niggas is coming for our shit.
Undesirable.
I mean, damn.
Undesirable.
But because
And then he's resurrected from the grave
thank you.
by Obama.
Man.
And then the very black families that he
Man.
tore apart with his
Shit.
crime
Yep,
bill,
with his crime shit.
those families gonna vote for him because he rolling with the black dude.
Man.
See, my mother from Chattanooga,
Oh, yes.
my mother would say, y'all come in here now, there's a black picture on. She didn't even know who the fuck was on the TV,
That
who
black
starred,
picture.
what the show about.
Yeah.
She didn't know
If it's niggas
nothing.
on the screen.
Y'all get in here now, there's a black picture on. Sit down and watch the black picture. So that was special back then. It's a black picture on, nigga.
Niggas on the
You
screen.
better sit down
that
and
was
watch
special,
this shit.
boy. Yep.
So again, we treated Obama that way. There's a black man. But what is that black man's agenda? What is that black man's ethnic background? Who is he beholden to? And how did they prepare that black man to navigate life without getting in trouble is one of the major things I want to know.
Man. No dirt on him at all.
See, because you got to have a specially prepared brother to be able to ascend to the highest office in this fucking country. He
Unblemished
can't be a brother with blemishes.
Man.
And I'm not saying there aren't any brothers out there that don't have no blemishes. What I'm saying is, where did y'all tuck him off?
Right, when nobody saw him. Nobody knew nothing about him. They had this nigga in the fucking dungeon.
And then when
teaching
he ascended to the highest office in the world, did we do better under him? Did he have policy? Again, a lot of people will blame us for his not succeeding for us.
For not
They
putting
will
his-
blame
putting
the
his feet to
people.
the fire, you mean?
They will say, we didn't come to him with an agenda.
Oh.
Well, Byron Allen did. No, as a people, we won't come back and say, we remember Joe Biden.
Man.
Why would he be your VP?
Yes.
Do you, as black people, how come we didn't come to him when he brought Biden to us the first time and said,
Seriously, that's real.
hey,
Yep.
ain't that what's his name that said we
Yeah,
animals with
you
no
right,
daddies
right.
roaming the fucking streets in the tens of thousands?
Yep.
Ain't that him?
Nobody said nothing.
Now today, your ass is sequestered at home. And you gotta choose between who gonna save you.
You on lockdown.
One version of fanaticism, God, religion, or another version of fanaticism, politics.
That shit is a religion too.
It is. I'm so sick of motherfuckers. Don't send me no goddamn push-up challenges.
No push-up challenges.
Bored ass niggas.
Push-up challenges.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
He said bored ass niggas.
Everybody in the world want to post pictures of D Nice like they know
Oh
him.
shit.
D Nice had it cracking. I was at the club. That ain't a real club, nigga.
Shit.
And let me just say, D Nice, shout out to D Nice. Motherfucker hit 100,000.
You mean D-Nice, the rapper D-Nice?
D Nice, they call me D
They
Nice.
call me D-Nice? Oh,
BDP.
shit. What?
Hey, he lives out here.
He jumped on, I don't know where he lived. He jumped on Instagram and was DJing for hours, and all of Black Hollywood came out.
Wow.
Michelle Obama was in his chat, Janet.
What?
Everybody was.
Oh,
Everybody was in
snap. Man, I missed that shit.
But here's my thing about that. No shade, no disrespect to the brother.
Damn.
No disrespect. But that's a form of escapism. under the guise of helping us get through this.
Right. It is.
That man was on for 9 hours. Shout out to him. I hope he put his Cash App in there so people
Right.
can support him.
Right.
But that man was on, I think 5 days in a row. This DJ
God.
playing records. And
The hot shit.
when Janet came in, it was like, Janet is in here. He did the mega mix for
What?
Janet. The shit was cold.
Oh, shit.
But how much time are you spending watching D Nice?
Right. Thank you.
I'm just saying a lot of, listen,
Yes.
again, the thing that got us caught up is our addiction to being entertained. Our fear of boredom.
It's real right now.
Right? Our fear of the hard work. What is the hard work? The work you put into yourself.
Right. Yeah, being at home with yourself, man. This is the time for you to get with you and know who you about.
And like I said, no shade, no disrespect. Shit, I spent about 10 minutes. But it was just 10 minutes. You got motherfuckers who rock with him the whole 9 hours.
That's
Your life that vacuous.
That's crazy, nigga. That's damn. He was doing it. Honestly, right now, one of the other reasons that they do this.
You got to go.
They do these mass national emergencies or world emergencies is when they're trying to take over the economy. So one of the last times they did it was the Rothschilds, where they in England, when the Rothschilds took over Europe, they basically put out a story that England had lost the Battle of Waterloo when they knew that it actually won. So that when the story got out in the stock market, all the stocks fell. And then the Rothschilds came in and bought all the stocks for pennies on the dollar. And then, so they were actually credited with floating the stock market until it corrected. But they knew it was some bullshit. They were just literally buying up all of Europe. And then the real news came in that Napoleon had actually lost. Napoleon actually lost, and then the stock market rolled back up. And then these motherfuckers literally owned all of Europe. All of Europe. So that's what's happening right now. You see the stock market has taken the biggest drop, they said, like since the Great Depression. Yep. Stocks are nothing right now, but the fact they got you so scared and the fear is distracting y'all. Y'all need to be getting together and buying stocks. Get your little groups together, 5, 10. You don't need much. I mean, you can get you an E-Trade account and start buying some stocks. Stocks aren't nothing. 70-cent stocks, $2 stocks, like AMC movie theaters, because ain't nobody doing movies. They shit dropped all the way to $3 a share. $3 a share for AMC movie theater stock. And when this shit is over, all the people gonna go rush back to the movies, so that stock is gonna shoot back up. So stuff like that. Disney dropped all the way down to where there's a rumor that Apple or Amazon may come in and buy Disney. Because they're only worth $130 billion, while both Amazon and Apple are over $1 trillion. So, with the big stop drop like this, because they lost $100 billion due to this Corona shit. So y'all need to get in there and create some shit, man. And this is the time for you to come up. Right now, especially with the stock market, that's how they make all of their money. Is through stocks and bonds. You can do the same thing.
But you gotta have money to come up.
But that's why I'm saying get together and pool your money. Create investment groups. You don't need that much, man. It's not that a 70% stocks. Some stocks are 70 cents. They got weed stocks. There are a lot of weed companies on the stock market for 70 cents a share, $1 a share. You don't need a lot of money to invest. But when this shit hits, you just hold on to that shit. This shit hits, bam, you make a gang of money. Get together and learn that shit. It's not hard, man.
I love it. I love it. The point of me making the distinction between politics and religion is that both of them are parasites that draw on the power of your belief. Well, you don't believe in yourself.
Never.
No, you don't. It is through Christ that strengthens you. I can do
things through Christ, yep. All things through the blood of Jesus.
Yes, I'm covered.
When you gonna cover yourself?
Yes, I'm covered.
I am covered. By saying that, I'm covered.
Yeah, I'm covered.
I spoke
Are you covering yourself? or is something else covering?
Somebody else covering you.
Oh, I don't know, that sounds difficult different ways.
You okay? Don't. Yeah. Let me tell y'all something about
Sarah.
about Sarah. She low key a little porn star.
Oh my God! No tapes on
She
me.
a little freaky.
She a little freaky diggy over there, girl.
So it's important that we do this work, like internal work, right? This Thursday I'm gonna do a Zolo where I outline a bunch of things you could be doing while you're by yourself. I got a whole little list of things, right, that you guys can do at home during this fucking, you know, what are we calling it? During this quarantine,
Pandemic.
right? During this pandemic, that, you know, that can help you internally, personally, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, who the fuck are you gonna emerge out of this quarantine as?
Seriously.
That's what I said. Wake up and
Dude, I just something in my throat, man. And first of all, as black people, we are what do you call it? Antiviral.
hey, Kev, give me some of that spray on this side.
Sprayed on the mic.
This nigga.
That's one thing I do know. My body's healthy. I never get sick.
You might be
I
sick
can
right
definitely
now.
say that.
And also, really quick, the other reason why it's hard for the coronavirus to mess with you, you're in the melanin book. In the scientists, they talk about how your melanin is antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial. They say that. This is a quote from the book. Your melanin binds pathogens if it's healthy. If it's true, you know, when it's healthy, it binds pathogens and holds on to it till you use the bathroom and pisses it out.
There's a lot of dirty motherfuckers out here.
Well, and then dehydrated. Your melanin, you also have to be hydrated for your melanin to work at an optimal level, which is why they dehydrate you with all the crap, the toxins and fried chicken and you know, all alcohol and all this bullshit. Don't what? Don't talk about the chicken. Hey, I'm sorry. I love chicken, shit, but it you know, all this other stuff that chicken combines with, it works to dehydrate your body and create all this mucus in your body, which is literally why that coronavirus is able to take over your body. If your body it has too much mucus in it, that's what sickness is.
That's why most people are dying because they can't breathe. They can't breathe.
Right, so much mucus in the body.
I find it,
What happened to your daddy?
no, I find it very weird that the thing is I can't breathe, but it's also the Eric Garner thing too. You know, like the one that, the dude that said he couldn't breathe.
Oh yeah.
But nobody listened to him, but everybody listens to all the people now that saying they can't breathe. And it's a pandemic.
They're white, that's why.
I'm glad you don't have a mic.
That was good. That's like we just got to talk like that.
Oh, nigga. His look before the statement, though, is what it was. His look before the statement. No, Zoe's look before the statement. This nigga.
I've been around nothing but people like
That's fucking funny as shit. Oh, damn.
that was genius to a high nigga.
That was genius to
You
a
gotta
high
be
nigga.
high.
That was genius to a high. She said that was genius to a high nigga. Oh my god.
Well, listen, we got 1,300 people in here right now.
Oh my god.
I want you guys to support Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. 1,300 people in here. Everybody should hit the like button. Everybody should hit the share button. I want you guys to continue to support the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, available in 3 formats on Amazon.com. That's Kindle, paperback, and Audible. Go to my website, IamJoeWilliams.com. Order your copy of The Holographic Relationship. I want you to support We Juice. I want you to support RealNagas.com, Kevin's website. I want you to support the Hurricane Report. Again, Hurricane Report. We got to pull hers up. Hopefully, one day you'll get the pictures together. Right? Also, the Mansions gear is available. It's 1,300 people in there. I need people to go find your Mansions gear. She doesn't have a Mansions picture. Do you have it? I'm trying hard. We try to get this girl to work, man.
It's different.
She rusty.
It's,
She's
no,
just.
it's different system over here since last
It's a
time.
different
They changed
system?
a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh.
Is it a better system?
I'm sure when I know how to do it, it is.
And she hasn't had time to train.
Oh.
It doesn't take me that long, but at the end of the day, I'll know everything. Give me 30 minutes.
Excellent. I know. She's a little Virgo. She's smart or
Oh,
whatever.
you Virgo. All right.
Already.
Oh, yeah, you about to analyze and break all that shit down.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, Ray, Maria, whatever. You think I don't know this microphone is fucking up?
Okay. Hey, nigga, tell us something we don't know, nigga. Is that the look?
Wait for it. I didn't even find it on here. What is going on?
That's that look.
The lemur.
I just don't understand. I be looking
The
at
lemur
people.
look.
That's
That's
a
funny.
weird cat.
Anyway, please continue to support all of these brands that we put in front of you. Don't be ashamed. We're only 20 likes from 1,000 likes. Can we get those last 20 likes? And all my admins and moderators who have thanked everyone for their super chat donations, we appreciate that. Again, everybody who has donated, thank you so much. I appreciate you all for sharing what little you have to share. We appreciate it. We thank you so much for
Yes.
doing that.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we're just 19 likes from 1,000 likes. Can we all just hit that like button if we haven't done it, or those who haven't done it already? Hit that like button.
Please hit the like button.
Please hit the like button, y'all, please.
No, Atlanta is about to go through it. I think Atlanta is going to get shut down, just like California got shut down.
Ohio got shut down.
Ohio is shut
Ohio
down.
got shut
But I think there's going to be, when we talk about the shutdowns, I think there's another level to the shutdown that's going to come in the form of martial law. So I think that's definitely going to happen. I need you guys to be prepared. So as long as the grocery stores are open, I'm saying get essential shit, not just all the toilet paper you can carry. You're not gonna be
Yeah,
able to eat.
that's
toilet
crazy.
paper,
Man. All the toilet paper these niggas is buying.
They don't need toilet paper.
You know.
They don't need shit that much.
But yes, all my moderators, please say thank you to everybody that has hit the super chat. I thank you. And we thank you for tuning in. You know we was gonna come in here and chop it up and act crazy the way we do. I appreciate you all for getting down with us. And this has been the Zoe Show, and we about to bounce like bad checks.
Don't let the fear get to y'all.
Don't let the fear.
Nigga, I'm scared as fuck. I'm finna run up out this room.
Don't start looking.